Hello everyone. In this video, I will be telling you about the adrenal glands. Okay. In the previous video, I had told you about the endocrine glands, exocrine glands, the secretions, their difference, etc. So if you want to see them in detail, I have left the link in the description box. Please do go and check it out. Okay, adrenal glands. Now, as you can see in the picture, adrenal glands are like caps over our sporty little kidneys, and each adrenal gland consists of two parts, a central medulla and peripheral cortex. Now, the central medulla secretes adrenaline, which is also called epinephrine or emergency hormone. This hormone is secreted when a person is under stress. Now, the stress can be physical or emotional. This hormone prepares the body to meet any emergency situation. That means to face the danger or flee from a situation. Now, suppose you are in a forest and there you see a lion or a tiger. What will you do? You will run away. This runaway situation is help to run away from the tiger or the lion. Safeguarding yourself will need more energy, more inflow of oxygen. To do this, adrenaline will help. Hence, it is also called fight or flight hormone. This hormone provides extra energy and strength to the body in any adverse situation. Now, when you run away from the tiger or a lion, the adrenaline gland, the central medulla, which secretes adrenaline. Now, this adrenaline increases the heartbeat and the rate of respiration. It raises the blood pressure. It increases the blood supply to the muscles of your leg, hands, all. And it releases more glucose into the blood by the liver. It's just like putting more fuel into the engine. Now, the adrenal cortex or the peripheral cortex, this secretes many hormones, but the well-known hormone is cortisol. In general, the cortical hormones influence carbohydrate, fat, and protein metabolism. Also, they regulate the salt and water balance in the body. They adapt the body to stresses such as extreme heat, cold, infections, etc. Now, if you imagine a person who lives in a deserted area, but suddenly the person is made to live in a very cold and snowy area. The person has to adapt with it, right? In the desert, when he or she was living, the person had a lot of coolness in their body, like they have to keep themselves cool. But when they go to a colder place, the person now has to give the body warmth. So these are two completely opposite situations, and to get along with it, to adapt with it, comes the role of cortisol. Next is the pancreas. Now, the pancreas is situated behind the stomach. Although it is mainly a digestive gland, It has a cluster of hormone secreting cells called the islets of Langerhans. Now, why is it a mainly digestive gland? Because of the digestive gland, it is also an exocrine gland. As an exocrine gland, it secretes what? Enzymes? Now think, which enzymes does it secrete which help in the digestion? You got it right. It's the pancreatic juices. And it also secretes two principal hormones, that is insulin and glucagon. And hormones is secreted by endocrine glands. So, hey, is it both exocrine and endocrine gland? Yes, it is. Hence, it is also called mixed gland. Now, insulin, what's the role of insulin? Insulin lowers glucose from the bloodstream in three major ways. Firstly, it converts extra glucose to glycogen, which is ultimately stored in the liver and muscles. Secondly, it induces the cells to burn extra glucose to produce heat and energy for our body. Thirdly, it causes the cells to convert extra glucose into fat. Insufficient secretion of insulin. What will it cause? Well, insufficient secretion of insulin causes diabetes, more correctly called diabetes mellitus or mellitus diabetes. A diabetic person has a high concentration of sugar. Sugar is called in a simple language, but when you write your exams, you should mention glucose. Now, the person excretes a great deal of urine loaded with sugar or glucose and feels thirsty because of the loss of water through too much urination. Now, usually, as he drinks a lot of water, the digestion will be carried much more easily. So, the person loses weight and tends to become weak. Well, it's not compulsory in all situations because there are many persons who have diabetes but they do not lose weight. So there are exceptions to this. And in certain person, the glucose level comes down due to oversecretion of insulin. This is very harmful and may have serious consequences. Now, glucose gives you energy, right? The person in which the insulin is oversecreted, the glucose level is very low. So the person feels very weak. Here comes the role of glucagon. Now, glucagon stimulates the breakdown of glycogen in the liver to glucose. Thus, it raises the sugar level in the blood. As you can see in the picture, pancreas releases glucagon and it is sent to the liver. Then the glucagon converts glycogen into the glucose and the liver then gives liver gives the glucose to the bloodstream. It was indeed very much interesting. Now, have you ever wondered, how do you grow? And which hormone stimulates growth? Have you ever imagined the thyroid gland that I had explained you in the last video? It produces thyroxine. Which hormone stimulates the thyroid gland to produce thyroxine? Which hormone or which gland releases an hormone which is important in the role of in birth process in females? And actually, which stimulates the breasts to produce milk after a childbirth in females? Well, it is the pituitary gland, the master gland. In the next video, I will be telling you about pituitary gland. Thanks for watching.